You think having more discipline will fix your trading problems. You think having more focus, more willpower, and more consistency will stop you from doing the things that you know you shouldn't be doing. Well, I'm sorry to break it to you, bro, but discipline ain't the right answer. You know, I've been trading for just under 5 years, and I'm not gonna lie, I thought the same thing as you. But the generic mindset advice of just be more disciplined and just stick to your rules doesn't mean shit in the moment. It doesn't do nothing. So in today's video, I'll be breaking down why more discipline doesn't do anything, I won't change anything, and what actually will. So without any further ado, let's get into the vid, man. No matter how many books you read, no matter how many videos you watch, no matter how many podcasts you listen to, the endless search outside of you is the reason why you keep making the same mistakes again and again and again and keep going in circles. But the truth is that the goal that you're looking for, the answer that you're looking for, has been right underneath you the entire time. Just like the boy and the alchemist, and just like the story I just shared with you, where I found out that everything I was looking for was right next to my house. So, what's this gold? Where's this gold? The gold is deep inside you, man. The problem with a lot of this generic advice and even some trading psychology advice that you hear is a lot of people just tell you what to do. They tell you, oh, just be disciplined, just follow your rules, just stick to your strategy. And you may even have post-it notes on your monitor or on your desk about follow your rules, this and that. But in the moment under pressure, did they help you? They don't do nothing. In the moments where price is about to hit your stop loss, or in the moments where you've just lost a trade that was supposed to be perfect, or in them times where you've planned a trade and you may have had to answer a call or go and get food or something and you missed the entry, in those moments, following your rules, following your plan, everything you know already goes out the window. So being more disciplined, being more willful, having more focus ain't the issue. Trust me. Even I went on that whole deep dive down the rabbit hole of self-development, you know, watching Andrew Huberman, all these different people about optimizing your energy, optimizing your focus, being more disciplined. I watched stoicism videos on voluntary discomfort, and I started intermittent fasting. I even slept on the floor for one night with no blanket and no pillow. I know that sounds tapped, but even the reason I done that was to discipline myself, to be harder, to be more willful, to be more stoic in the market so that I wouldn't make the same mistakes. So I've done a lot of the things that you're probably doing or you've done to be more disciplined so that these mental problems don't mess up your trading. But I've done all of those things and still found myself being hijacked right before a trade, still hesitating before a trade, still trying to revenge trade after I just took a loss. I was so disciplined outside of the markets. I was waking up on time, had the perfect routine, waking up sometimes 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, working out, following all the tasks that I set out the night prior. I was very disciplined. And I'm sure you're very disciplined already, doing the similar things, you know, the cold showers, all of that. But you're still making the same mistakes again and again and again. And I was making the same mistakes again and again and again. But it wasn't until I done this that everything changed. It wasn't until I went into my subconscious mind that everything changed. You see, the problem with having more discipline is that discipline is part of the conscious mind. Just like focus, just like willpower, rational decision making, all of these elements are part of your conscious mind, your rational mind. But the problem with that is, under pressure, when the stakes are high, your conscious mind is of no use to you. And it's of no use to you because as soon as you perceive something as a threat, whether it's as a threat to your ego, as a threat to your account, as a threat to your identity, as soon as you perceive any of those things in the markets, your survival brain turns on. And whenever your survival brain turns on, all conscious elements and all conscious characteristics, discipline, willpower, everything, I don't care how much you have. You could be David Goggins, bro. All of that, all of those elements in your conscious mind just go out the window because the survival brain is there to protect you. It's the evolutionary brain. No amount of willpower can stop your survival brain from turning on. So the problem isn't your discipline. The problem isn't your consistency. It's not that you're lazy. It's not that you lack focus or you lack drive or you're not taking trading seriously. It's none of those reasons. You don't need more discipline. The real problem is that your survival brain is turning on. If you think about it, you lose discipline and you lose focus when your survival brain turns on. So in order to maintain and keep that discipline and that focus, you need to keep your survival brain off. So the real solution is keeping your survival brain off, keeping it at bay, keeping it cool. And you may be thinking, okay, so what's the reason why it even turns on in the first place? And this is where you start to get into the gold and where the real answers of your mental problems are. You see, the survival brain turns on when you perceive something in the market as a threat. So then you need to ask yourself, why am I perceiving price about to hit my stop loss as a threat? Why am I perceiving me just missing an opportunity as a threat? And when you ask yourself these questions, now you're getting into subconscious mind. Now you're getting into your subconscious beliefs, because these are the things that actually control what you perceive and how you perceive the markets. The subconscious mind controls 95% of your actions, behaviors, thoughts, and emotions. So if your actions are acting out of alignment, if your behaviors are acting out of alignment, if your thoughts and your emotions are acting out of alignment to how you know you could be trading and how you know you should be trading, then it shows that your subconscious mind is out of alignment. And what that means is that the beliefs and the experiences you've had, most likely in childhood as well, are negatively impacting your trading performance. They don't serve you and they're actually opposite of what it actually takes to trade profitably and successfully in the markets. This is why trading is so amazing, because in order to be great at it, you literally have to go against your own human wiring. You literally have to go against your survival brain, which has been here for millions of years and has evolved over millions of years. When you're trading, you're literally battling something that's been here before you even existed on a physical level. That's why trading is so amazing and one of the greatest vehicles of self-mastery. But to get to this actual solution and how to make this actually practical, because that's what you came here for, to find out what the real problem is if it's not discipline, is you have to go into your subconscious mind. You have to reprogram and rewire your subconscious mind. And the way you do that is in two ways. The first way is by getting into a relaxed, meditative state and visualizing how you're supposed to trade, or visualizing the correct beliefs, or self-affirming or self-talking the right beliefs in a meditative, relaxed state. And it's important that you're in a relaxed, meditative state, almost as if you're drifting, because that's when your brain goes into a theta brainwave state, 4 to 7 hertz. And why this is important is because this is when the subconscious mind is most open and when the conscious mind is at rest and is not present. And that's how you start to reprogram your subconscious mind, by visualizing the opposite. So if you find yourself feeling threatened that price is about to hit your stop loss, then you'd visualize yourself taking those stop losses. You'd visualize yourself being relaxed, being calm. And that's how you can start to reprogram your subconscious mind. But even going a layer deeper, which I'm actually going to make a whole video on this, if that will be of interest to you, let me know in the comments. But I'll make a whole video on going deep into the subconscious, but even going deeper, you want to find the beliefs, you want to find the actual memories and the actual things you've experienced in life that you believe are causing the self-limiting beliefs in trading. So for example, with me, I had a moment when I was about 10 years old. I'm not going to go into the full story, but I had a moment where I was 10 years old that essentially I subconsciously learned that failing is bad, you know, and this was from my parents. You know, they expressed some dissatisfaction, or I guess disappointment in me not reaching a certain standard in my academics, and that pain, that, you know, feeling of disappointment of, you know, I'm not good enough, that stayed with me for years and years. You know, I'm 22 now, and I was having this problem all the way up to like even 22, yeah. Fear of failure and trading was one of my biggest weaknesses. And this literally came from an experience I had when I was 10 years old. One experience. So for you, whatever problem you have, whether it's FOMO, whether it's revenge trading, impulse trading, whether it's boredom, you want to find a moment in your life in the past where there was an emotional experience, an intense experience that would directly influence your actions now. That could be the cause of you making the same mistakes again and again. So for me, finding that memory that I linked to fear of failure is finding that memory and connecting the dots between my subconscious mind, my subconscious beliefs, and my actions was the first step to rewiring that pattern, and was the first step to me not making the same mistakes of just hesitating and passing on great opportunities that align to my criteria. So that's where the gold is, man. That's the whole answer to this video. The goal that you're looking for and the answer to all your mental trading problems is in your subconscious mind. And there's two things you can do. You can visualize yourself trading how you know you should be trading and following your rules and stuff like that. You can do that as your trading preparation before the day. You can do it at the end of the day, whenever you feel is best. And also finding those memories, finding those experiences that you've had in the past, which are usually in childhood, but not only childhood, but usually in childhood, that you believe are negatively impacting your performance now, that are the cause of the subconscious beliefs that you have now. So go and find the gold, man. Stop looking at all these videos and podcasts outside of you and start doing some deep introspection. Because I'm telling you, man, I've been doing this for nearly 5 years now. The only times I had the rapid growth and the rapid improvements as a trader, finally transitioning from a losing trader to a break-even trader and into a consistently profitable trader. The thing that helped me progress the most, the things that helped me progress the most were those times I was sitting down on my floor, thinking deeply about these things, writing down all these ideas that were coming to my mind. I would literally ask myself, what self-limiting beliefs do I have? What childhood moments could be dictating my actions now? Ask yourself those questions and sit down and just brain dump. And you will find the gold that you've been always looking for this entire time.